After updating the software, you will still need to perform separate actions to update your database. This update procedure consists of three parts. First is installing the update database, then importing the update database into your working database, and finally performing append. Let's first begin with installing the update database. Download the suitable instruction according to which update you need to perform. In the first part of the video, it was already explained that the update manual is meant to cover the data gap between one version only, while the full update manual carries out the accumulative update at once. Let's say in this case, you want to go for the update manual. Download the Setup Update Database installer. Once the download is finished, double-click the installer. Make sure SimaPro is closed while performing this action. Select the language you want to use during the installation and then follow the instruction in the Setup wizard. SimaPro will pick up this directory as the default location for the database, except you choose another location. You have now successfully installed the update database. Installing this update database only will not bring any effect to your data. Changes can only take place only after you import this database into your working database. Therefore, the next step would be to import this database into your working databases. Further instruction for this will be explained in the part 2b, importing the update database. Once the update database is installed, it needs to be imported to your SimaPro database to make it available in your own database. To do this, first start SimaPro. Check if the database you want to update is open in SimaPro. You can find this at the top left of the SimaPro window. If the database is not opened yet, browse to the location of your database and click Open. Usually, this is the database you normally work in. For example, the professional database, but this can be other databases as well. After that, click File, Import SimaPro Database. Click Yes to continue. The following Import SimaPro Database dialog box will appear. You can then click Browse. The update database should appear in the dialog box. If you don't see this, browse to the location where you have previously installed the update database. Once you have found the database, click OK. On the update database, click Open. You will then see all libraries that will be imported. Select the libraries you want to import. Alternatively, you can just click Select All to select all libraries. Finally, you can click Import. The data will be scanned and an overview of all the data that are added or replaced will be generated. It is recommended to save this overview for your own perusal. Depends on the amount of libraries that will be imported, this process can take quite some time. Once the scanning process is finished, SimaPro will prompt to make a backup of your current database. Click OK and then select the folder where you want to save your backup file. After creating the backup, SimaPro will proceed to the import process. The update database will be imported into your existing database. Please keep in mind that this step can take a lot of time, even up to a few hours, depending on the size of the database. SimaPro may seem unresponsive, especially when it reaches 96%, but actually, it is working really hard in the background to perform the update. Patience is really the key here. Aborting the operation and forcing SimaPro to shut down can risk corrupting your database. After importing the update database, you can do a quick check to see if the update has been successfully completed by checking a library description of the library that was updated. For example, in this case, we import an update database that contains a newer version of EcoInvent. You can then go to the EcoInvent libraries under the library project, and you should now see in the comment that you have EcoInvent 3.7.1 instead of EcoInvent 3.6, for example. After successfully imported the update database into your working database, you can delete this update database installer and also the installed update database to free up some storage and to avoid confusion. Please always check and make sure that there are no projects created in this library accidentally before deleting the update database. The next step of database update is performing append. This will be explained in the part 2C of the Updating SimaPro database. After you have successfully imported the update database, the next step is to perform append. This step is intended to convert some old substance names to the latest substance naming in SimaPro. If you don't do this, some mismatches between lifecycle inventory and impact assessment data may occur, which will lead to incorrect LCA results. To perform append action, first, go to Substances under the General Data in the LCA Explorer screen. Then click Append. A window will appear. Click Load and select the Append Excel file. You can find this file in the same folder where you have previously installed the update database. After selecting the append Excel file, a list of substances that are going to be replaced will then be shown. Click Append to continue. If you don't see any data loaded for replacement, it means that your database is up to date. SimaPro will then make up a backup once again. After the final confirmation appears and the backup is created, the substances will be appended. Depending on the size of your database, this may take quite some time as well, so we recommend you to wait patiently. Finally, after following the whole complete procedure of database update, what changes can we expect? First, library processes used in your project will be updated. For example, the older EcoInvent version will be replaced by the newer EcoInvent version. In the custom process that you filled, links to library processes will automatically be updated to the newer version of the dataset in most cases. The rest remain unchanged. The SimaPro default impact assessment methods will be automatically updated or replaced by the newer version. Meanwhile, custom impact assessment methods will remain unchanged. Appending substances will merge two synonymous substance names into one and will potentially change the result if the final substance is used in the impact assessment method. Overall, after a database update, you will most likely expect some changes in the results due to changes in the library data and/or impact assessment methods used. At this point, you have completed the compulsory steps of the entire SimaPro update. However, if you ever use obsolete EcoInvent processes, you will need to perform an additional step, which is updating obsolete links in your projects to the newer EcoInvent version. This will be explained in the third part of the video.